welcome to ArmBreakdown, the place for latest and greatest updates in the sport. Alright, so since we are like 5 days out from East vs West 20, I thought let's start this week with some news and updates surrounding the event, which were revealed by Dexter himself in his latest YouTube livestream. So I guess let's start with the biggest update so far, which is mainly about the pre-match interviews before the actual event that are usually pre-recorded and uploaded ahead of time, will now be converted to a huge open format livestream and might end up being over 6 hours long. Now the livestream itself will be on Thursday at 2 PM Swiss time and will start with Eastern athletes first, then followed by West all the way up to 8 PM. Now another interesting thing that Dexter also mentioned about this livestream, which is that Coach Ray will not be the only one who does all the interviews with the athletes, since he'll be joined by Devon, Hermes, and possibly even Levon. Now I don't know about you, but personally I'm very curious to see how this will all go down, because let's remember that this is not only a new thing for East versus West, but probably a new thing for athletes also. Next, let's talk about a topic that I feel is kind of important, especially at the moment right now, and that is the official rankings for all East versus West athletes, which is something I feel like a lot of fans have been asking about in the past few months. So I guess we have been heard, because Dexter just gave us an update on this topic, with him also very briefly showing how they would look like on their website. Now the preview that Dexter showed us was really short and honestly kinda hard to see, which is why I decided to do some googling and actually try to find these myself, which ended up being successful and, to be honest, not that hard to find. So as you can see on the top, they have listed all the weight classes at the moment, with them in each weight class listing all the athletes neatly organized by numbers, country of origin, and also their record at East versus West. Now I can't really advise you guys to do the same thing and search for these rankings yourselves, since they're obviously still working on this and a final product should look much better. Alright, so moving on to the next thing, which is not really an update but rather a confirmation from Dexter, who once again reassured us that the talks between Matt Rhodes and East vs West are still happening behind the scenes, and that they are still considering to make this match at the Siberian Power Show in Russia, which will take place at the end of March next year. However, there is another huge factor in this whole conversation, which was revealed by Dexter, which is that East vs West have also been approached by another huge expo about this match, and that is none other than the FIBO Expo in Germany, which by the way is set to take place just a few weeks after the Siberian Power Show in April. Now who they choose for this match is honestly up to them. However, to me the FIBO sounds like a safer option since it's not located in Russia, but then again they might choose to go with Matt since I believe they were talking with him first. And also just imagine how cool it would be if Devon comes to Russia and beats Vitaly in his hometown. Now let's quickly jump to December to East vs West 21 and talk about the first athlete that has been confirmed for this event. So according to Dexter, Ayane Takanaka, a Japanese puller who has also competed at East vs West before, is apparently confirmed and will be competing in December. And lastly, let's talk about two athletes which Dexter also gave us some sort of an update, starting with the Terminator Artyom Morozov, who as you know at the moment is still injured on both hands. However, when the question about Morozov's current situation was asked to Dexter, he apparently said that Artyom is planning to compete sometime soon, probably not in December and most likely at the start of next year. Now the second athlete is someone who has been talked about quite a lot lately, and that is of course none other than the athlete from Kazakhstan, Alizhan Muratov, who was also asked about to Dexter in his livestream. Now Dexter said that they're actively talking with Alizhan to see if he can maybe pull in December, and that they have also involved Snezhana Babayev in this conversation, since she does speak Russian and maybe can convince Alizhan to agreement. But anyways, that's it for today, and I'm just getting started with this week. So if you enjoyed this video, be sure to let me know by clicking like, and also consider subscribing to my channel, where I post not only videos like this but also everything that's going on in arm wrestling at the moment. So if you do stick around, welcome to the community, and I will see you in my next video.